Calling all gymnasts. Ready to take your game to the next level? Meet your secret weapon. Full out collegiate recruiting. We get it. The journey from club gymnastics to collegiate athlete can feel like a maze. But fear not. With Full Out, you'll get the education and guidance you need to navigate the recruiting process like a pro. Here's the game plan. We'll craft a personalized recruiting plan tailored just for you. Think of it as your roadmap to success, designed to showcase your talents and catch the eye of collegiate programs. But wait, there's more. You won't go it alone. Picture having a seasoned mentor by your side, guiding you through every twist and turn of the journey. That's what Full Out brings to the table. A dedicated mentor who's been there, done that, and is ready to help you achieve your dreams. Don't let uncertainty hold you back. Join the ranks of successful student athletes who have trusted Full Out collegiate recruiting to turn their dreams into reality. Visit our website today at www.fulloutrecruit.com. That's www.fulloutrecruit.com to learn more and take the first step towards your future in collegiate sports. Mention Region 5 College Salute Podcast during your free consultation and get a $50 credit when you sign on.
1, 2, 3, 4. Throw them roses on the floor. Gotta get up to get down. Gotta get up to get down. What up, everybody? So glad you're here. It's K-Slice with the flow back in your ear. This ain't a fantastic voyage, but I'm on a mission to see if we can get your attention. Now, J-Mac wants to drop some information, just a little additive to your gymnastics education. Throw your hands up if you're down with the COLLEGE salute. We are looking for sticks, so let us know. 1, 2, 3. It's like MSU, so let's go. We got something brand new to the show. It's almost that time, so let's get on a roll. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get those Spartans on the floor. Gotta get up to get down. Gotta get up to get down. Gotta get up, turn on the podcast now.
It was a senior fest this week with roses flying and maybe a Herky jump or two. Two vaults that I'm glad I got to see in person. Never take your eyes off Szymanski because you just never know. Double front dismount that made me almost fall out of my seat. How do you describe a scholarship to your teammates? And we have some debates on today's pod. Welcome back to the only podcast with a gymnastics-inspired rap. Every week, the College Salute Podcast, the place you go for all you need to know about how our Region 5 alums are doing during their NCAA careers. You know Kim, and of course I'm Jason, and between the two of us, we caught 2/3 of our lineup meets live, but also the webcast, and we have thoughts, especially from East Lansing. So that makes twice this season. We had 3 senior meets, and we will talk about each Region 5 senior that competed on today's show. But first, a free way to support our show is by leaving a 5-star rating and review on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen to the College Salute Podcast. Tell us what you love about the show or what you'd like to see improved. The review helps others discover our podcast and join our Region 5 family. Help us to continue to grow our podcast, which is the only regionally based gymnastics podcast in the country. We continue to show our love for our Region 5 alums throughout their college careers, so please show us some love with a review and a 5-star rating. Well, we normally start our pod with the Fab 5, but we're going to do the not-so-Fab 5 because, Kim, we had another Michigan State Big Ten minus competition. Sorry, Spartans, but we have to go there. You were there live, so you got a feel for some things that happened live on the floor. I watched this obviously from the broadcast, and from the start, it was a difficult one again.
I watched the broadcast also.
Yes, so you got both sides. But let's just start with the actual floor, being on the floor. Let's just talk a little bit about this because obviously you're 2 weeks away from being on the floor at Big Ten. So why don't you go ahead and start off with what the floor was like at MSU?
Well, first of all, the floor they rearranged the floor, first of all, which was great, spread it out, getting ready for Big Tens. However, the floor managers, whoever these four lovely older gentlemen were, I don't know who picks who these people are, but even the coaches had not seen them before. And I get, like, you have to have people monitoring the floor. However, they made it a very uncomfortable situation. They were very rude, these gentlemen, and I was very, very uncomfortable. We had, obviously, we got fancy tags, which that's fun. We've never had fancy lanyards before. And some were photo media, some were all access passes, so you could be in certain places. However, when the SID says to people who know what they're doing, hey, use your best judgment, be where you know where to go, and that was said to people who have been there numerous times. And so we go about our business, and usually during warm-ups, it doesn't matter, like US championships and NCAAs, like big meets, during warm-ups, they just let you frolic, and then during the actual competition, you have to be in your certain spots. Even during warm-ups, these gentlemen were very rude to us, telling us, oh, you're too close to the athletes, you can't be here, you can't be here. And I'm just like, okay, calm down. I'm just getting some shots. I'm talking, and I was talking to the gymnasts that I know. I was talking to the coaches, and they were just so rude to us that, eagle-eyeing. Like, every time I moved somewhere, they were just on you, eagle-eyeing you, like giving you dirty looks. It was very unsettling. I felt very uncomfortable. I had gone up to the desk to get a rotation schedule, and one of them just beelined it over to me, asking for my pass. I'm like, I'm just getting a rotation schedule. He's like, well, I need to see your pass. I showed it to him. He's like, well, you can't be here. Do you need help knowing where you need to be? I'm like, nope, I'm good, thank you. Just getting a rotation schedule. I'm good, thanks. But just even moving about, like walking from one place to another, at one point, I went and hid over amongst the MSU coaches just to talk to them and see how their warm-up was going. I mean, I know these people, and even the girls, like, waving at me, saying hi to me. I went and hugged Christine, and eagle eye. Like, I personally felt very uncomfortable. And I know one of the other photographers who was starting to get very annoyed and frustrated as well. So a lot of shots we couldn't get because of where we were being ushered and pushed around. And it was just very unsettling, especially when you're used to being able to move freely around and go where you need to go. And having done it a long time and been there before, like, where you're supposed to be and where you can't be. And, they were like, told one of the other photographers, like, oh, well, there's supposed to be boxes here, but there's no boxes. Like at Pitt Regional, where there were boxes. Okay, so if there's a box, usually we stand in the box. Well, where they wanted to put us, like push us into, our view was obstructed because nobody else was in places they were, there was no like corrals. There was no, formal corrals. So it was just very uncomfortable. It was very unsettling. I mean, I couldn't email the SID fast enough. I just really hope that those 3-4 gentlemen either A, are not at the next one, or B, just are not so rude, because it was awful. And I know another photographer was like, if this is how it's going to be, we're not coming back.
Yeah, I would say, like, at conference championship, there probably would be some type of protocol like we get at USA championships or classics or any of those major meets for USA gymnastics, where they give you the stipulations and or like the rules or what you're allowed, the content you're allowed to do, and it would tell you maybe, you can't do this, you can't do that. But I would say that, and then Big Tens last year was a free-for-all. We could be almost on the podium, just so long as we didn't get in front of Big Ten Network's camera, I guess. But it's hard because I get that at championships a lot, where, I'll be told, or, you may be told, you can't talk to the coaches. Well, what happens if the coaches come and talk to me, or where the athletes talk to me? Because we know them, we see them all the time. So, I'm not going to be rude and say, oh, no, I can't talk to you. I mean, sometimes I do that. I'll just say, hey, I'm not supposed to, we'll talk later, or whatever like that. I get that. But this is a college atmosphere, and it's also like during the season. It's not championships. Like you said, there's no official corrals. There's no official boxes. There's not stuff that would represent a championship field meet. They may have tried to set it up to get ready for a championship field meet, but it's still a regular season competition at Michigan State.
It's like it seemed like they were only trying to push the photographers into places and not like anybody else. And I get it. I guess the week before there was some photographers that were getting too close, and I understand that. But like for myself and a couple others who have been there before or done photo at other meets that aren't college meets or have bigger college meets, like we know what to do. I mean,
I just, if there's a stipulation on where from the beginning, that's different. But don't do it. Right. And if that's what you're used to, because that's what every other meet's like, unless there was a stipulation. Because, I mean, some of the photographers you're talking about, and obviously we know one of them very well, he does championship meets. Yeah. He understands that because at U.S. championships, you're under lock and key. It seems like, very tight.
Yeah.
But if you don't have that on a regular basis, then you need to have put that up in front. And maybe, like I said, they're getting ready for Big Tens. But like I said, we were at last year's Big Ten, so we have that experience.
Yeah.
We know exactly from last year. It was like free-for-all.
And even at U.S. championships, when I did my first U.S. championships, I even told, I was like, warm-ups, you could be anywhere. Yeah. And it didn't matter. Just don't set your camera on the podium. But I was like, you can be anywhere. But during the meet, yes, you have to be in certain spots. But even if you mess up on accident, like, they're not rude to you. They're just, hey, don't forget, or hey, you're supposed to be right here. Like, nobody's rude to you. I mean, I just felt like these gentlemen were on a power trip and just overly rude, and it was very uncomfortable.
We'll move forward. The commentators, again, I understand, like I mentioned this the last time, I understand if you're using this is your media, degree, you're in the broadcasting, major, what have you, got to get the experience, that is what it is. It's just, this is the Big Ten Plus, and we actually pay for this. And so when you feel like you're not getting anything, I mean, realistically, as we sit back watching, we know a whole hell of a lot more. And I'm not just saying that because we know pretty much everybody in the meet, at least on the side of CMU and MSU. I didn't know all the, Fisk or Greenville teams. Some of the things, their names, I mean, Jersey, you're Quinn, Samantha Shannon, for those, okay, but then Jersey. You're Quinn half the time. I mean, that was irritating too.
Well, not even to follow be able to follow the lineup. Like,
right.
On bars. Okay. Just follow the lineup. It's written down. Like, follow the lineup.
Right. And they warm up in that way. They warm up in that order. Pretty much they do everything in the order that they're competing, unless they do make a change. But then people know that. Now, maybe they didn't make a change or made a change, but it didn't seem like any changes were made.
They didn't make a change.
So in warm-ups, you watch that. They warm up in the same order that they compete in, and they touch in the same order that they compete in. I mean, that's just what they do. That's how college gymnastics works. So, but no, just that, and just being that I don't know how to best say this, because I mean, I do interviews. Obviously, I know when I first started interviewing, it was a lot different than I do now, and having in my mind, I'm a little better at, jumping in and ad-libbing and asking on the fly, not necessarily from my notes if I need to. But the floor interviews were just so awkward to have as a nationally televised, not nationally, obviously it was on a stream, but they were so difficult to watch.
But she did better. I'm going to give her props, because she did better as the sideline interviewer than the commentator. So I'm going to give her props on that.
I understand that.
So hats off to you on that.
It's like she was also addressing that, like, these were all their senior meets. No, this was Michigan State's senior meets. This was not the CMU senior meet. That's next weekend. Yes. So their seniors were not competing in their last meet at Jennison Fieldhouse, even though they were, but that wasn't their arena, so it's not their senior night. That's what she kept saying, and I know Christine from CMU kind of was awkward in how she was going to answer that, because she was like, "Well, it's not really my." Yes, she like before the camera ended. Like she's not really a senior night. So, I just wish like gymnastics is a different sport. I mean, you learn, and I know in media that they learn a lot of the things are very similar when you talk about basketball, football, baseball, volleyball, that type of stuff. It has a very similar mindset because there's offense, defense, there's, different types of things like that. Gymnastics is just so different that it's hard, and I understand to get a grasp on it, but, maybe they find a group and then they work through years of doing it. Like they're the ones that do it, and maybe that's what they're trying to do, because that one was also part of the last call. But, will I be happy that Dean and Olivia will be on the call for Big Tens? Yes. Yes, absolutely. 100%. So, get it right there. But, what's a team unit?
I have no idea.
I get it, because that's like, in the Army,
but they never said
unit.
Team unit. They just kept saying unit.
What's a unit?
They're a team, people. They're not a unit. I mean, they are a unit, but come on.
That one was awesome. I'm like, unit? Okay. We're a unit now, so okay. I'll tell my team. Okay, we're now a unit.
Let's go, units.
But yeah, but that and just getting names correct.
The NIU, they called Emily Snook Emily Snook. That's not her name. So, and then MSU, do you know Gabby Douglas vaults?
Yes,
MSU?
That was one of the things. Yes, that was one of the things. Gabby Douglas vaulted. So, Gabby, you competed.
My whole thing.
Didn't they have a Gabby Douglas though?
If you're a long time ago, they had Gabrielle Douglas from Canada. If you're gonna do this though, like at least know how to pronounce the names from the school you're actually commentating for.
I mean, sometimes I think we jump on that, and because we're just so used to who they are because we see them and know them. But it's just, but they are, the lineups are the same. So if you have lineup sheets, I mean, you would commentate, so you would know better than me, but you have a lineup sheet, I'm sure. And so you just pretty much follow. Now, if there's everywhere, like they were at this one where you caught half routines, parts of routines. I mean, Hallie, we saw her double back, which was very nice, but that's all we saw. That type of thing. So maybe jumping forward, where is it? Where are we? That type of thing.
What I like about Eastern is they give you the phonetic pronunciation in the corner of our sheet.
Yeah. But no, like in meets like that, who knows? Maybe we should put us out there and say, hey, we are very up for being the researchers and or people that behind the scenes, at least me, I'll be behind the scenes all day long if you want me to help make sure the names are correct on the broadcast.
Fact checkers.
Just so that when the commentators see it, they may go to the names, and the name is like a couple times that the one said, no, this is not. This is actually this person. So she knew that wasn't the right person that was listed. But obviously that's Michigan State. If it was CMU, she had no idea. If it was, Fisk, no idea.
Well, half the time CMU's wasn't right anyways.
Well, right, exactly. So I think Shannon did, Jersey did, routines for like everybody.
Jersey was doing a lot of routines.
Yes. By the way, her bar routine was absolutely beautiful. But anyway, so, we get it. Commentating is hard. It's just
researching
there's some things that you can do. Right. There's just things you can do. And it's just frustrating because we pay for the Big Ten Network.
Asking questions is not.
Yeah, we pay for it. It's not a free service. If it was free, it's a paid service. So, all right. Well, let's get some Fab Five.
Let's get fabulous now.
Let's get fabulous. And I'm going to start off with the double front that almost made me fall out of my chair. And the reason why I did that is because Elena Anderson from NIU, in her senior year at regionals, did the most scary double front, and I don't want to say it that I've ever seen. And basically, I thought that would never happen again. She wouldn't do it. And she's been doing blindfold double back, but she actually hasn't been doing bars this year. And I saw her in the lineup, and I'm like, oh, awesome. Like, she was warming up, and I thought, well, maybe she's an exhibition. I didn't catch when she warmed up because I was there. I took my twins, and we went and watched, and we were there for some of the warm-ups. But I didn't catch when she was in it. But then I noticed that she was up early in the lineup. I think she may have been first or second. And she does her routine, goes through, Jaeger, very nice, boom, boom, boom. And then she goes toe blind, which was kind of angled, kind of crazy, at least from my vantage point. And then she goes double front, and I almost fell out of my chair, and I was just crossing my toes, fingers, everything else. She landed well, and she was excited about that one. But that almost made me fall out of my chair. I was like didn't anticipate her doing her blind double front. Awesome. Glad it's back. You know, I hope it continues. And I don't know if she'll be in the lineup for next weekend, and then obviously for MAC championships. But so cool, Elena. Awesome job. I am on the fence. I like it, but it's crazy. The whole roses thing at MSU, I do like it. I think it's cool. The senior thing, but the throwing, I would hate to be the person that has to pick them up every time.
You know what?
Like, do they have a person that does that?
No, the girls just pick them up. Like the other girl, like the teammates, they'll just pick them up. But let me tell you, I absolutely love the roses throwing thing. I was not ready for it though. And the first person that they threw him for was Jory off of bars. So she dismounts and I'm already like, oh, Jory.
No, that's not true. That's not true. Tara Walsh. That's where I saw it.
Oh, see, I was, okay, so I was on the other side already because I had to move because, I was getting ushered away because,
Right, because you're in the wrong place. You can't be there.
Yeah, and I thought Tara was going to do another event. I thought she was also going to do floor, so I totally missed Tara.
Yeah.
But I saw it later. So, yeah, I missed Tara because I thought she was also going to do a floor routine for me. She didn't, so I was kind of bummed about that. But I saw her vault via the socials. And the picture of her on the socials with the roses, it's the best picture ever. I saw it on her mom's. I was like, oh, Tara.
But after she vaulted and these roses are flying, I'm like, oh my God, there's flowers flying everywhere because I was unaware of this tradition.
Well, I didn't know about it either, and I obviously missed it with Tara. I'm hoping she does a 5th year though. Anyways, but so when they threw the roses with Jory, like they threw the roses, she stuck the landing. It was beautiful. Her bar team is sensational. Oh, so she sticks the landing. They throw these roses, and I was like, I couldn't. Tears. And then I saw her parents standing there. I'm like, oh my God, and her parents are right there too. And there's roses, and there's parents, and there's hugging. And
that's the other thing, too, that the parents are on the floor when they do the event.
Yes.
I've never seen that either. That's crazy too. I've never seen that either.
My God. Stop it, MSU, with your emotions. My freaking Jesus. But yeah, so Tara's mom, though, she was messaging with me after the thing. When I saw the picture, I was like, oh my God, that's the most amazing picture. She's like, yeah, it's kind of crazy to like be at the end of the event when your child is, vaulting and then like vaulting at you and then you get to be there to hug them. It's so great. I'm like, oh, stop with the emotions and the tears. But so they throw the roses and then hug mom and dad. And I was like, tears, stop. I loved the roses.
It just threw me off guard at first because I didn't expect it, and then when I saw the parents there too, I was like, "Wow, that's kind of interesting."
Jory's mom walked by me. Jory's mom walked by me at the beginning of the meeting. She's like, "Hi, Kim, how are you?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm great. How are you?" She goes, "Oh, it's finally over." She's like, 20 years. I'm like, I know it's the last one, isn't it sad? She goes, "Girl, 20 years, man." It
may have been the last one for that particular competition, but if she does bar routines like that, she may be in that Big Ten lineup and moving forward because that was a beautiful routine.
I know.
But so they didn't throw flowers for like all positions for seniors. Competitors or no competitor.
You know what? I was very upset. So, like, I was thinking about. I'm like, Jocelyn Warnecka, the student manager. She's been the manager the whole time, so she got recognized at the end. Now, my thing is, okay, now you throw roses for everybody, all the competitors. Now, I think she has been one of the student managers the whole time, all 4 years of school. I think they totally should have, unless she's taking a 5th year, I totally think they should have thrown roses for like the last match she pulled. I would have. Like the last event, the last board she pulled, or like the last match she pulled, throw the roses for her.
Exactly. That sounds cool.
Hello.
That's
that would have been so fun.
Yeah.
And I totally think they should have given her like, maybe not a leotard frame, but like pictures of her like doing things or like a jacket framed or something, or like something to commemorate that she was part of the team too.
Mm-hmm.
I would have.
Oh. But I like that idea with the mat throwing. Aren't you done with the mat?
Like,
throw the flowers.
Something. Like, yes, it's special for the competitors, but like she's been there the whole time too.
She's there. Yeah, she's working hard.
Yeah, and she's been there the whole time, like every year. Maybe she'll do it again next year, though. I don't know what her
maybe that's
plan
why.
is.
Maybe that's not her last
Maybe
Well,
not.
it's not her last in Jenison. Maybe they'll do it at Big Tens because that'll be her last in Jenison. Although
Maybe.
each
How
of
fun
the
would that
girls
be?
will too, but can't do senior meets in obviously
No.
a conference championship. But maybe they can do it for her because it's not really just throw roses
Maybe.
on the podium.
Maybe. But I think that would have been so cool if they would have thrown flowers like on her last. But I mean, I'm glad they recognized her at the end, and like her parents got to do the walkout with her and everything. I thought that was great.
We saw this on the socials during practice on Saturday, and I happened to be scrolling through to get something for post on our Palmer's Instagram, and I noticed this leotard.
Oh my God, I love this leotard.
None of us liked it at all.
Well,
Sorry, Clemson.
Well, you know
There's
what?
just way too much. They are way too much. Like it's just
So,
way too much. But I don't
this
really care about
Leo,
Leos, but this Leo's way too much.
Well, this is like this military-inspired camo purple Leo. I'm sorry, I love it, and it's like their military-inspired Leo. I think it's fantastic. I love it. Give me some purple camo any day. Yes.
There's a lot.
And you know,
It's
okay,
a
so
lot.
their GK rep though is from LA. It tells you a lot, doesn't it? Mm-hmm.
Yes.
LA.
No, it does. That
But
explains a lot. That does
it
explain a lot.
does. It does. But I'm loving this. Clemson's winning the Leo game.
I would like to know the person who is in charge of drawing out these leotards because that's just a lot to draw, a lot to, unless they
liked
do it
it,
on the
though.
computer, which they probably do. But anyway, a lot of work there.
I thought it was
So-
fantastic. Give me a camo Leo,
Yeah.
purple camo.
I do
Leo,
I do
any
have
day.
to say I guess I look forward to what Clemson will wear each week and see how many different craziness they will do.
Absolutely.
Well, on the socials, we also caught something very interesting, and I know most of you have played the flip game or the what's it called? Headbands.
Heads up.
Heads up, headbands, all those where you have to guess or you have to. What this particular game, that the person who has it on has to ask questions, which is like headbands. You have to ask questions to try to figure out what's on your head, and then your teammates answer you. Not like some of the games where they kind of act out or say things, and you try to figure out what's on the screen. I am not 100% sure that Danny Fuentes could have ever figured this out from anything. I mean, how do you describe being offered a scholarship through a headband? The best thing ever. I thought that was awesome. I mean, I couldn't tell because you can't read it, so you only know through the description. If he didn't say anything about it, you would have never known that's what happened until all the surprise and excitement. But how do you describe a scholarship? Like not knowing it's a scholarship. Like how would you describe food? Are you human? Am I a piece of paper that now I don't have to pay for school? I mean, how do you describe a scholarship?
How would you describe a scholarship?
Yeah, how would you even know to even say that? Like that's the point of this whole thing. A cool way to tell someone that they have a scholarship, but they would have never gotten that. She would have never gotten that. I don't think ever. It lasted like a whole 30 seconds, and they're like, "Oh, you got a scholarship, great, you know that." So, congratulations, Danny. That's awesome. You are doing phenomenal this year. Woo. We are so excited to see you on several events, exhibitioning in and out of bars, but beam and floor looking awesome. And she, newsflash, let a cat out of the bag. She is in our lineup for beam again this week. So.
Go Danny, go Danny, go Danny. Now bring back your mount. Go Danny.
Yes,
Danny.
exactly. Beam mounts. Skyla's very wise.
Skyla is very wise. Like every routine, Skyla is on it. Skyla is giving words of wisdom to everyone. Everyone. And then I have this great picture though of her before floor after she's giving the words at the beginning. She's congratulated at the end. Beginning. And Skyla's all over the place. Skyla, what are you saying?
She's a character.
I know, but I want to know what she's saying to everyone. Like, I just kind of want to know. I couldn't hear. I wasn't close enough. Like, what words are you giving? Like, I mean, I need some words to give to my athletes. So what words are you giving? Because you're giving them to everyone. And, like, is it specific to that person? Are you giving, like, a broad word? Are you giving, like, I don't know, just smiling at people? What are you giving? Because you're on everybody, like, white on rice. Like, you are there. You're like, you're not missing a beat. And it's like every event. You're the word giver. But what are you giving? I just need like what words are we giving? To get everybody pumped up and ready to do the events?
Kim needs a list. Give me a
Yeah,
list. We need a list.
I need some new words to give my
Words
kids.
of wisdom.
So yeah, just
Skylar Schulte.
yeah.
Well, you've had a lot of talk about dads that have really just tugged at your heart this year, and you've been emotional. But on this podcast this week, we're going to talk a little bit about some moms of our Region 5 alums.
Yeah, this is the mom week because I talked to all the moms. Not all the moms, but I talked to the moms. So Jersey's mom, we'll start with Jersey's mom because obviously I couldn't get some photos, but Jersey's mom, she's always there for me with the photos. Even though she had to use her short lens because she was detained by the MSU people at the door and had to take her longer lens back to the car. So she used her short lens, but she did share some photos with me of Central. So I can add those to like my little gallery. So Victoria, thank you, Jersey's mom, for sharing your photos with me because, I couldn't move about the cabin like I wanted to get all the photos that I needed. So thank you again, since she shared with us at Oklahoma Nationals. Again, couldn't move about the cabin. So correct. I really do appreciate you, Victoria, for always being willing to share your photos with me. I also saw Haley's mom, Dawn. I very much enjoy her. I waved to her from afar, and then I had to circle back and chat. And also Laura Demirs was there too, so I said hi, spoke to her for a hot second. She was there with her fire and flames and, doing, Laura
CMU things, yes.
CMU fire up chip things. But Hallie's mom, I had a lovely conversation with her. We had lovely conversations about you and I in this podcast and our fun banter back and forth and our love-hate relationship with each other. And she finds us highly entertaining. And I was like, oh, that is just, you should see, I'm sure the outtakes we have and all the chopping and editing Jason does because I'm sure he takes away some funny things. She goes, oh, can I listen to those outtakes? I'm like,
absolutely not.
Absolutely not. I'm like, it would be pretty funny, but no.
They go into a secured vault. I even forget the code every week. I can't remember the code. I can't open
I'm like,
it.
absolutely
New password each week because I just don't remember.
I'm like, yeah, we are highly entertaining. Thank you. But she did say she did enjoy our love for Hallie's eyes and Hallie's floor routine. Oh, and she was like, oh my God, getting a little teary-eyed. But
we didn't get to see much of Hallie's floor routine this week. I was very upset. We got to see a very nice double tuck, but that was it.
Let me tell you, I went into zones I couldn't go into so I could try to get a few photos of her floor routine. I am surprised those old men didn't tackle me to the ground as I was crossing over the threshold of the don't go there zones.
Right.
But for Hallie's floor routine, I did.
Well, look forward to a couple more weeks of Hallie's floor routines because, unless she's coming back. Yeah,
unless
she's
fifth year. I don't know.
Fifth year.
Hallie.
Fifth year. Does she have a fifth year? Fifth year.
Hallie, take a fifth year. Are you taking a fifth year? Take a fifth year.
Well, jumping back to Jersey really quick. I don't know if you caught her while you were there, but Jersey singing to the arena music every single time the camera went to her when she wasn't competing or being somebody else. She was singing. Now, I don't know because we didn't hear any audio. All you hear is the crowd noise and the commentators' voices. Like no floor music. I couldn't tell you a single floor routine with music. I mean, I couldn't tell you that if I didn't know the routines or seen them before, I would not know whose music is whose because you didn't hear it. But you could see Jersey lip syncing or mouthing music, and it was phenomenal. And every single time they had Jersey on, if she wasn't competing, she was singing, and so that was fun. But just shout out to Jersey for her singing talents. Maybe she's trying something new. I don't know. Something new that we saw for the first time this season, debut performance from Ava Molina. And I went back to check to see just the numbers of routines she's competed. Ava has now competed one routine each month of the season. She competed in January on floor, February on floor, march on bars.
Okay.
It's interesting, very interesting. But yeah, she's done 2 floor routines and of now a bar routine. It's been a minute since we've seen her. It was like the beginning of February. I wonder what happened if she was been hurt or what have you. I obviously didn't have a chance to talk to her as I knew I wasn't going to be there very long or stay there in time, so I didn't try to get a media credential there. I just went to the stands. Plus, I had my children, so it's just easier. But yes, I saw Ava. I didn't see her warm up. I saw her standing there. I'm like, Ava's doing bars. And it's not even at the end of the rotation. This is the rotation. So she's competing. And great routine. Nice Maloney to a pack. A little loose in form, but double layout. And she was excited to have made that routine. And so were all her teammates as they jumped on top of her. And no more Ava. We couldn't find her anymore.
No more Ava.
She had been smashed into the ground. But I wanted to send that video to Rachel, and I completely forgot, her coach at Cincinnati. But anyway, just awesome. I was excited to see her, but I found that very funny that that's the 3rd routine, 1 in each month of the season so far.
Wow.
So be interested to see. She wasn't early in the lineup, but let's see if she's in lineup at Max. That'll be fun. But I did think the same thing about this when I saw it. It's not unusual for Sam at Northern to have some outfit and on senior nights because he does this all the time. However, Chris, the assistant coach, also had part of an outfit.
Well, yeah, he had the top to Sam's bottoms.
Right.
I mean, did they buy one suit and just like share, here, Chris, the jacket doesn't fit me. You can wear it.
Wear it. It must have, because I thought the same thing. I was looking, is that the same outfit? Do you just
here? You wear the bottoms. I'll wear the top.
It was fun. That was a good. It was nice. It was cool. But anyway, someone that was definitely far from behind the scenes at NIU was a Ball State athlete named Ashley Szymanski. Now, Ashley, I say this. I don't know if it's her gymnastics or all her extra that is the funnest part about watching. I sent you a video. And you've seen the video of her kind of singing and moving and dancing to the music. That was the most subtle of all of her. She is the most energized, active. We've seen her expressions after routines. Take that to the nth degree when music is on that she really likes. She is. I wish I would have videoed the beginning one, but it was a little too far away and it got grainy and I didn't do it. I should have though, because it is hilarious. Ashley has a lot of fun. She is enjoying her time in college. I actually spent a little time with about 25 minutes with her club coach, Kristen, at the wake for Ron Nasty this past weekend. They were at Lucky Invite. They came down to pay their respects, and then they went back for a session. And her and I were in the line talking about it, and she says she is just having a awesome time, loves it there. Absolutely is the best play. I mean, she is just on fire and loves it. And I said, well, we can tell. You can sincerely tell.
At the Western meet before bars, she was singing and dancing, and I have photos of that. She can't sit still.
No, she can't. No, she can't. She's got to be doing something. And I'm all here for it. Like I said, I don't know if it's the extra or gymnastics, which I like better. She actually hit her beam routine at NIU this week. This is the first beam routine. I think maybe she's hit it 1 or 2 in the last couple weeks, but I know she had struggles with her series or some other things in the routine. But of course, faces on that routine as well. But just awesome. I want to keep more of it. Do more of it, and I want to see more of it live. I'm going to have to try very hard. I wish I was going to Max so I could actually maybe see it on the floor at Max. But anyway, Ashley, keep doing what you're doing. Victoria Henry, you can keep doing what you're doing on vault. And to see that vault live, that Yurchenko 1.5 is gorgeous. Yeah. Gorgeous. I mean, I've seen it on TV. I know you have seen it live. I have not.
A few times.
First time I've ever seen it live. But absolutely beautiful vault. Gorgeous vault.
Did she? Oh, you left before. Did you see her on floor?
I saw her floor routine. Yes.
Did she do her full in?
No, she did not.
She can do a full in too. That's pretty.
Yeah, she hasn't done it in a while.
I know. I haven't seen her do it at all this year, but
she hasn't done it in a while. But but her vault, awesome. There's another one that was awesome, too, to see it live, because I haven't seen it in a while live, but she's in our lineup, and we'll get to it then. Gabby, Steven, Douglas, Steven, whatever her name is, and Tucker, first Tucker, the 1.5. Keep or ditch for championships? Tucker, keep. Gabby, ditch. Why I say that? Gabby had 1.99 this year. She has 1.9925. She has 9.875 or 9.85 pretty much all year. Gabby last year was kind of, at the end of the season, she was in the 9.85, 9.875 range, but at regionals, you do 1.5s tend to score a little higher. Not all the time, I should say that. But she has not had the number of 9.9s. She has been perfect on a Yurchenko full. As a Yurchenko full can be, 9.95. I think Gabby should ditch the 1.5, go back to the full for a bigger team score. But Tucker, absolutely keep it. That was a gorgeous Yurchenko 1.5 this week.
Yeah.
Gorgeous. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Stuck it cold.
Yeah.
So, Gabby, ditch. Tucker, keep. That's my opinion.
Hey, I'm here for it.
Yes.
I think Nikki Smith should just do a double.
She should do a Yurchenko 1.5 to a front layout. That's what she should do.
I think she just wanted to hug
Bonus.
a little sooner.
A little sooner than Nicole was ready for. Yeah. Bonus for flying out of your vault.
Just do a double.
She went as far as the athlete from Greenville did on her toe front pike half, which we'll talk about in a little bit. That thing traveled across the entire gym. Abby Singh, I've always liked your bars, but now I'm a huge fan. Why am I a huge fan? Because you have become so consistent and I hope I didn't jinx you, but beautiful Tkachev, absolutely gorgeous layout full out. It's so nice. And I just love how you swing. I always say you swing with I say reckless abandon only because I feel like it's just like you just go. You just go and do it, and what happens, and it's just happening really weird. So, Abby, keep doing what you're doing. I love it.
Well, my favorite is she's so tiny that she doesn't even have to pike or straddle in between the bars. She's just
right.
Boop.
Absolutely awesome. And Abby Singh, of course, is at Western Michigan, for those that may not remember. Teetertown is getting an all-around crown.
Oh, my God. With the rhyming, I love this.
She competed only against her teammates. There's only three all-arounders in the meet, but that's not important. Teeter won. Teeter won the all-around.
Nobody cares about that. You didn't have to put that in there.
I know. I just had to say it, though. Teeter won the all-around. Teetertown has an all-around crown. Could you imagine if Teeter won the all-around at Max? How awesome that would be. That'd be so fun. That would mean that Peyton Murphy or some others did not, but, it is what it is. But Teeter,
let them
so
tie.
Fun.
They can tie. Stop.
Yeah,
they can tie.
So fun.
Peyton has to
and
win
actually, Teeter, I'm going to say this because I was in the stands. It was alumni weekend, so I did know a lot of them there because I coached some of them. I saw one for the first time in 10 years, which was cool. I wish I would have known it was actually alumni night. I may have gone earlier. But I was sitting around with the old head coach of Northern and of some other alums, and they love you. They love you. Just want to say. They have loved watching your gymnastics. And I was like, well, it is Teetertown. We all love Teeter too. So we're very sad that we only have a few more weeks of Teetertown. We thought we had a few more weeks last year and we were sad. Now we know we have a few more weeks and it's
This is like the real end.
Exactly. We're not
There's
happy
no
about
more.
We'll come to grips of it next year. We have some people that were robbed this week.
Yeah, crimes were committed.
Crimes were committed. Dawson Sally from NIU, I do agree. I got a text about it, and I do agree that this routine was robbed. And then Skylar Schulte, I don't even know what the heck they did. I mean, she stuck her double back last pass perfectly. Her foot never moved.
One judge gave her a 10.
Yeah, I don't know. 9.975. We had quite a few of them this weekend. I don't know. I don't get it.
She walked off the floor and even her face was like, it was like she was saying, are you effing kidding me right now?
No,
and that was what everybody was saying because they're like,
yeah, no, there's no way. Absolutely no way. That routine was perfect. She stuck cold her front double tuck. Cold.
Yeah.
And the full in was control, step back, the front foot didn't move. So if that's your criteria of a controlled landing, that's a controlled landing. So what's the deduction?
I don't know what they're looking for.
Yeah. And then Dawson got a 9.7.
Pinky toe out of turn or something.
Right. Dawson got a 9.7. Dawson doesn't get 9.7s on floor unless she falls. Okay. So her front double full front tuck was gorgeous. Her Rudy layout step out a little loose, maybe sloppy legs a little bit, but 3/10. I don't get it. You said 9.85. I'll go 9.825 to 9.875. I'd be fine with that.
I would say 985. I mean, because, okay, like if you slow the video down, like I slowed it down. If you slow it down, like front double full, her legs are apart. And but I like how much you taking for that. Second pass is a little, a little
9.7. This is not a 9.7
I'm just
routine.
saying, no, I'm telling you why I would say 985.
I know. That's fine. I'm fine with that.
And then
100%.
And then like the only like other issues besides like the form and the tumbling is in her leap pass. But yeah, 9.7 is not.
No, and they were deducted a lot. The floor for Northern is usually their best event or one of their best events, and they none of them scored normally what they normally do. Now Emily did have a full in that landed almost short and had to take a big step forward, so that I can understand. Usually she's in near 9.9. She did not tumble as well as she normally does, but and then like I said, Elena had some issues on her last pass. But just even some of the other routines that were nice, they were 9.7s. There was like 9.7, 9.7, like 9.7 was their score. Now, to be fair, Ball State also didn't get big floor scores. Teeter did, and I think, and SUNY did, but everyone else even was still like 9.7, 9.725. SUNY.
SUNY?
SUNY competed.
SUNY competed for
SUNY competes for Ball State. She was like, I'm not done.
Wait a minute. SUNY's competing for Ball State, and Gabby Douglas is competing for Michigan State. Crazy.
They decided no more elites. We'll just go back to college gymnastics.
Yeah.
Anyway,
and
that's
SUNY decided
hilarious.
to go from Auburn to Ball State.
From State, yep. So anyway, Suki got a 9.875, I think. So, but no, I 9.7 way too low. Dawson should not be at a 9.7 unless she falls.
I don't. No. 9.7.
And then Skylar Schulte, there's no. I don't even.
Yeah,
I don't even know.
That was a straight up crime right there.
Yes, you got to see a very tight view of Delaney McMahon's mount. If you happen to see it on the broadcast. I got to see it live for the first time, and this is that wonderful crazy mount with the wolf and the turn and the thing and the roll and the head turn and roll over. That was on the thing. You look like you didn't really see it, but you probably forgot about it. But no. Delaney from Ball State.
I know what the mount is.
Yes, I know you know. She did an exhibition again on beam, but I got to see the mount live. That was awesome. And I have some video. I'm gonna try to figure out how to put it on our social because it's kind of not right. If I was like, maybe I'll take it from the video from the stream because it's right there where I'm at this angle.
I showed my kids that mount and I was like, hey, I got a mount for y'all to try. And they were like, oh, that's cool. We're going to die. No. I'm like, well, you could try it.
Basically, you would, yes. So, Delaney, awesome. I'm glad to see. I got to see that mount. I was wondering if you were in lineup because obviously they don't show you on the thing or sometimes what the exhibitions are. But then I saw you standing there. I was like, oh, yes, she's going to do it. So I stayed for it. I wasn't late. I had to run to practice, but I stayed for your mount. I missed the last two floor routines. I had to watch them on video from Sam, but I got to see that mount. So, all right. So as we mentioned at the top of the show, this was senior meets for all three competitions. The host, it was their senior meet. And so we haven't talked about some of these athletes. Some we haven't talked about really at all this year. And some are in our lineup, so we're not going to mention them now. You will hear about them in a little bit. But let's just start off with Nia Smith. Nia Smith. I love watching Nia. Nia has done a full in this year. Mm-hmm. That's awesome. She's brought it back. It's awesome. Her round-off double back-off beam was gorgeous. I wish we could see more of Nia.
I wish Nia could take another year.
Yeah,
we have another one.
6th year.
We have another one. I mean, Peng Lee had 12 years, so can.
Yes, absolutely.
I need another one of Nia. I just need another one, and her and the dynamic with her and Nikki. Oh, I just love it. But I have something. Let me tell you. The best photo I took of the entire meet is the ending of her floor routine, and then the one of her and her parents because it's just perfect.
Yes, the whole ending senior, finish your last routine, and parents hug you. I'm sure Kim was just tears rolling on the floor.
Well, and especially, okay, these seniors that I have known since they were small baby children, let me tell you.
Does it make you
and
feel
then they're hugging their parents. Oh my God, stop with the roses and the hugging of the parents. And
yes,
it's a good thing I wasn't watching it with my real eyes. I was not watching the meet with my real eyes. I was watching it with my camera eyes. So, I mean, I had a buffer. It's I had a buffer between me and the emotions, but the emotions I still had. But if I was watching this with my real eyes, I would have been done.
Exactly. Naomi German. We've seen her in and out of lineups occasionally.
I do not know how she held onto that bar
but
with her
no.
hands.
No, I don't either.
Like, there was an arm, there was a chin.
She was not coming off that bail. That bail was not coming down. She was going to stay on that bar, and that floor routine was pretty dang good. That floor routine was pretty nice.
So I wasn't ready for like any of the bail. I was like waiting for the handstand to snap the photo, and I have a picture at the end of it, and it looks like Mike is like just holding her by her chin as she's kipping, because I did not expect like this.
Right, but she glide through. I don't know how she did it, but she did.
Oh, because she was like,
it was
okay,
phenomenal. I'm just hold on. I'm going to stay on this bar.
I'm not coming off this bar. But yeah, her floor routine was.
But her floor routine was so good. It was good.
Yes, it was very good.
It.
She could take a fifth year. That's fine.
Yes, she could. And we have seen Naomi in and out of lineups in the last couple of years. So. One that I wish we have seen more of, because she was one of my faves here in Region 5. She's from Buckeye Gymnastics, and that would be Sydney Hayashi. She got to compete bars and beam, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, bars and beam. And it was exciting because we haven't seen her compete much. I think she competed a little bit her freshman year. Like, she was in lineups occasionally, but doing some exhibitions. But I don't think we have seen her much in the last 2 years, even exhibition. No. I don't know, injury or just, not at that, that point of in the lineup group or what it may be. But it was so awesome to see her on 2 events. Sydney has such beautiful lines. She always had such nice bars and beam as well. And she got to do both of those events at this meet, and it was exciting to watch. And then the whole roses thing for her on after beam and stuff too. But
oh my God, her warm up!
It was exciting.
Her warm up dismount off beam. Did you see?
Yes.
Did you see
I didn't see it. Yeah, no, I didn't see it until you showed me that video.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. Like, because
when she
it wasn't
fell
on the
behind her.
Oh my God. Yes. So I was standing like at the end of the beam-ish area, like during warm-ups, and she just went to swing her leg because she does that gainer full off the end, and she just like went to swing her leg and she just went boop, boop, to the floor, and she was fine, obviously, but oh my God, like it was funny.
Yeah,
sorry, sorry, Sydney. It was hilarious. And
she worked. No, she got it right for the meet. So
she did get it right for the meet. She's gorgeous, by the way. I have more to say about her in the bottom segment, but she's.
I was just about to say she will jive. Kim will jive about Sydney in a little bit.
Oh,
so.
I will.
Tara Walsh. We know Tara moved from Auburn to Michigan State. Wanted to be closer, obviously, at home as well. But at Michigan State, she has done some vaults in lineup a couple times, but she's been. An exhibition on vault quite a few times. Beautiful Yurchenko full. She got the landing on the Yurchenko full. It was very, very nice. And then the roses.
I was hoping she was going to do a floor routine, though, like an exhibition floor routine, because she's done floor before, and she's done floor like exhibition. So I was really hoping for that, but I didn't get it. But that's okay. But the picture that's on social media of her with the roses is just so great. But oh my God, Tara Walsh, I have watched her grow up from a little developmental want to be elite baby to this, and take a 5th year, Tara.
Yes,
just do it.
Take a 5th year.
I need you to do that. Just do it, Tara. You're healthy now. Do it, Tara. 5th year, Tara. 5th year, Tara.
Danny Petrosic from Western Michigan. She competes in all 4 events, in and out of lineups on all 4 events. Sometimes exhibition. She didn't have the best senior night, which I felt bad for her. She did fall on beam. She led off, which I actually found that funny that she was the lead off because she hasn't been leading off on beam this year. But she has improved. We said that she has improved so much from her freshman year to now in just terms of overall quality, and her bars was gorgeous, actually. I thought it was a little bit underscored. Her bars were very nice at the meet this past weekend. And then floor, she was kind of over and under on her tumbling. But, just great out to see her out there. I know that she is not returning. That I do know. She's actually getting married. So
I know.
I know you know. Yes, so that's the new biggest thing in her life. But it's awesome to see, and I've seen Danny grow up, obviously, as you talk about. Danny is from Rockford, and I've seen her as go through the levels 9, 10, and as she
was a level 10 for like ever.
She was. Rockford has level 10s when they had them, because Rockford no longer exists. When they had them, they seemed to have 10s for decades. Like the athlete was a 10 for a decade.
She went to like 27 nationals.
Yeah, I feel Reese was a junior for at least 15 years. So, it is what it is. Brecken Quos from Western Michigan. She is in and out of bar lineups. She was the 7th gymnast on bars for this competition. Beautiful Tkachev. She has a gorgeous Tkachev. But it's awesome to see she's been so consistent and, being part of that lineup. And it's just, sad that, it's one meet, like every meet, it's one routine. So we only get to see her, one time a meet. But awesome finish to your home career. I know you still have several meets to go, but Brecken on bars. Amanda Gruber, she competes she's beam, which she is usually a beam stud for Western, and I think this is the first time I've ever seen her wobble on a leap series. Maybe not the only time. Maybe not the only time.
There was a couple meets like in a row. I was like, is it me? Because like she would wobble she wobbled like 3 meets in a row on beam, and I was like, is it me?
Oh, maybe I just didn't notice it, because she's like 9-9 perfection.
She didn't do like the straddle jump out of like the one path, her switch side. I was like, or her switch half. I was like, is it me?
I clearly have a different eyeglass apparently when I'm watching Amanda on beam.
Maybe you just didn't notice.
Maybe I didn't. That one you could notice. She picked up the leg and swung the arm. And
I know her beam routine. Like she does switch sides to that straddle
Yes.
Switch, whatever.
Yeah, thing. Yeah, that's what she wobbled on. But she still was 9-8. Because Amanda and beam, and then she's been doing floor all season, which is awesome. She's the lead off on floor this year, and it's good to see because I know she was, struggling to, break that lineup last year. And I know she was kind of there. She was the alternate and in sometimes, but mostly the alternate. And now she's the lead off all year long. So, and she's done a great job. But Kendall George from NIU, I have a question for you. You've been in beam here and there, tend to make lineups and or exhibition on balance beam for NIU. But you did a floor routine that has a front to double back and a double pike, and it was very good. Why haven't we seen you on floor at all? I don't know if I've ever seen, I can't say because I didn't see every single Northern meet, but I know every meet I've been to, I don't think I've ever seen you on floor, even in an exhibition spot. Why?
Oh, you know what? She did floor in 2003, like in 4 meets.
Okay, so she has done more floor routines than I thought. But I was like, why have you not been in the floor lineup? This floor routine was pretty dang good. So I take it back. I've been corrected. You have done floor, but it was the first time I've ever seen you do floor in college, and I was very impressed. So Kendall George, everyone. Olivia Lund. Her flight series of backhandspring layout is always, okay, I'm going to say it's always super solid because I have never seen her miss it when I've been at NIU. And it's awesome, and she's always in lineup. She's usually in the middle of the lineup, and I'm sure that beam routine will be missed next year.
It probably will be, yeah.
It's awesome. Isabella West, unfortunately, Izzy has not done much gymnastics after she tore her Achilles in club and then just never rebounded to what she was doing. She used to be very, very good. Vault, awesome Yurchenko full. She has competed a few times in college, but just was never, she didn't really bounce back from it as well as she could. She became the manager, and she's been out there. She was honored as a senior, but obviously not doing gymnastics anymore. So I just wanted to reach out and say that because I've seen Izzy also grow up. She used to be a gymnast at Buffalo Grove, and she just kind of came on right at the end. She was always good as compulsory and like early level 7, 8. She was good, and then all of a sudden she just sparkled at the end of her career in level 9 and 10, and right at the end of her season, and then right her senior year she tore her Achilles, and unfortunately,
she did double back off beam.
Yes, she was very good. But again, tore Achilles in her senior year and didn't get to finish. So
Yeah, because in college she only did vault.
yeah,
Like
she vaulted a couple
2023,
times.
she
Yeah,
only
she
did
hasn't.
vault.
Yeah, she
Well, she
hasn't done
vaulted
much.
in 2023, like in every meet,
Yes,
and that's it.
Yeah.
And then
So
that's the last
this
time we
year,
saw her.
I just think that this maybe I have a funny feeling that there was an issue with her Achilles and maybe it just wasn't worth it, and so she became the manager. And just want to set that out there because she obviously was one of our seniors that was on the team, did compete before. And wanted to shout out there. So there were a few more seniors that we will get to because they are in our lineup coming up shortly. D3 Athlete of the Week, Kara Welsh from Whitewater. She always has good vaults. I think Kara has finished in the top 3 on vault every single year of her career at Whitewater. At nationals, but also at their conference championship. She won the conference championship 9.875 on vault. I will post that video on our Instagram so you can see it, but she is the conference champion. Congratulations, this week's week 10's D3 Athlete of the Week, Kara Welsh from Whitewater. Remember places that you can follow along with our Region 5 alums, and of course that's the R5 College Salute _podcast on Instagram. That's where basically everything is posted. Photos, videos. Our podcast is posted there every week. That's where you can follow along for our Region 5 alums. We do usually put it in our story on our main channel, but that's where all the college content is stored, and you can watch that every single day of the week. R5 College Salute on YouTube. Our podcast goes there now. So if you want to listen to it on YouTube, feel free to do that. Weekly routines for Alumni Monday go there, plus some any extra content or things that we end up getting that we put up there. Alumni Monday is posted on our website every week. Highlights of around 10 routines. I did miss week 9. I apologize. I got busy and just never got to it. But we will have week 10. And this is where you could see the beautiful 9925 routine from Maryland's Layla Hammer. Or the routine that Kim's going to talk about in a little bit that I call the Pink Panther on Red Bull, 9925 from Lily Lippett. That routine is crazy. All over the place. Pink Panther to crazy Pink Panther. I don't know. But love it. Anyway, and Lily, as I mentioned to you, I texted you, the full to double back, please, next year. Okay? Make that happen. R5 College Salute _podcast. Instagram, Region 5 College Salute on YouTube, and our Alumni Monday each and every week on our website and in our Instagram. We do post that one on our regular Instagram for 10 routines of our alums from that week. All right, Kim, it's your time. You ready?
It's my time.
Why don't you jive? What do you have going on this week?
Jive about my feelings. So as we know, I was at the MSU meet. And I finally got to see Fisk in person, live, not so up close and personal as I wanted to be, but live and in person. And let me tell you, floor did not disappoint. Zaya.
Yeah, I texted you this routine. Love it.
You texted me this routine?
No, I said I texted you about, remember I said I texted you, and this routine,
yes, you did.
This is the one.
Yes,
I said I guarantee this one's on your list.
This has been on the list before, but I got to see it in person. And let me tell you, I took photos of this one for sure. Her straddle jump is like this. Girl has a straddle jump. But, oh my God, this routine, and I have some good ones of this routine. However, teammate kept getting in the way. So if you watch the broadcast, I don't know if you can see me on it, but oh my God, she is... Never change your hair color because the personality matches the fiery red hair. But This routine is everything and more. It's everything I wanted and more. She's got the face. She's got the attitude. She's got the Yes, she does. She's like,
Yes, she does.
Like, she got the tumbling. She got the straddle jump. Oh, I want to watch.
And they stayed with this routine. We got to see this whole routine. That was awesome.
Because if they didn't, let me tell you, I'm sure people would have revolted. She was amazing. You know how I feel about Gabby Wilson's floor routine? Same.
Zaya, you're in good company then.
Yeah, Zaya, girl, you are up there. Let me tell you, I'm gonna get done editing all those photos, and yeah, I'm gonna send them to her too because, whew, girl, she got it going on. To Naima Muhammad, her floor routine, so good, and she just has the faces, and she is giving it her all, and there's so much excitement in her floor routine. And oh my God, I could watch her all day long too. She's there. Fisk, and as I've said before, Fisk brings it on floor. Like that is their event. Oh my God. And all the girls are just spread out around the floor, just doing it with each other. Like talk about knowing everybody's routine. Like Fisk, I could watch them all day long. It's great. Their floor. Yes. Rachel Miller from GU. So I caught part of her routine when I was, corralled over somewhere, being, corralled somewhere, not able to slither my way through to get to the floor. But her floor routine, so I went back and, I remembered who it was. I went back and watched it on the broadcast, and oh my God, her floor routine is so good. She went. I think she was in the exhibition spot. She has a knee brace, but her floor routine so good. She is giving so much energy, so much dance, and she has some of this and this, and oh my God, so much energy. Her tumbling is very good too. She has a round off double pike, round off double back, and some other pass. But we know I don't watch those. But super powerful, it's very high in the sky with her. But oh my God, the energy level of her floor routine, the dance ability, fantastic. So, and she does one of those backward roll, Vanessa Zamarripa things, this thing.
Oh, yes, yeah.
I know other people do it, but that's I knew you would know by Vanessa Zamarripa.
Yeah. Well, if our Region 5 athletes do it.
Yeah, I know.
That's how we describe it.
Yeah, so she does it very well, and great routine. Everybody go watch Rachel Miller from GU. Beautiful. Olivia Toko on beam. She's from Michigan, so Region 5er. She led off beam for GU, and she does aerial series. She does a gainer front full to a stuck landing, boom. So I have some great photos of her. However, I was taking them from vault across the mat. My story with her, she destroyed her knee back in the day, maybe junior year, sophomore year of high school. I talked to her mom a long time ago at the gymnastics on the Grand Meet. She destroyed her knee so bad she had to relearn how to walk. So clearly college was maybe not a goal, maybe a goal, but ended up switching gyms, going to Phoenix Gymnastics, thriving there, and here she is at Greenville and doing amazing things. She also vaults hand front. Didn't do quite as well in vault, but she rocked beam. Great lead off for junior year. I think she went 9.725. Great score. Beautiful beam. Just loving life. She's this little in her beam routine, which I love. But the photos, amazing. And I love her series, the aerial. You don't see that often, really. Beautiful leaps.
It's a tough series, too.
It is. I'm just so excited and happy for her that she is doing so well in college and just has found her place and is leading off on beam because her beam is it's gorgeous. Gorgeous beam. Elizabeth Buttle from CMU. I love her floor routine. It's one of those jazzy things. High energy, super cute dance, super fun routine. And I mean, we've seen it before. I probably haven't talked about it, but it's just her music starts and you're just happy. It's one of those. And it's an older type of music. It's one of those Shea Mahoney routines, her type of music-y vibe. But it just keeps it going. Very high energy dance, very smiling the whole way through. It makes me tired. It's one of those exhaust me routines. There's no down part. There's no resting in the energy. But she just has this huge smile on her face the whole time. She's having such a great time with it. I just love to watch her. Gabby Douglas Stevens. She does the most aggressive beam I've ever seen in my life. She's a beamer, Roger.
She's a beamer. She was a wobbler today at this competition, though.
It wasn't that bad, though. She still went 9.9, even though the commentator
I know.
We're going to drop her beam routine.
She'll be dropped 9.9. I was like,
even three of them went 9.9. So who?
Yes.
Yeah, we're going to drop her beam.
This is one. This is in our lineup, and this is one of my question mark routines score wise.
I don't think she. Okay, again, I was watching it.
She did two wobbles. Her front kick over wobble, she drops her shoulder a little bit and has to pull back. And on her flip flop layout, she also drops her shoulder back and has to pull back. But so I don't know. I mean,
Okay. I'm saying
great
like,
routine though.
I didn't think she wobbled I mean, it's not like she like wobbled a lot.
No, she wasn't like big leg up, swinging around.
No.
But-
Not enough to be like, oh, we're dropping this routine. It's not
Correct.
like she was
Correct,
She
yes.
went 9-9 people. Okay.
Right.
But I was watching it through my photo eye, not my real eye.
Right.
And she does aggressive beam though.
Oh, she
Like,
does. Absolutely, 100%.
It's like no nonsense beam. Like, I was scared. Like, her beam scares me just a little bit. That's how aggressive she is on beam. It's kind of scary. I'm like, Gabby, you're scaring me. It's like scary beam. Like, if you were going to fight with somebody's beam routine, like, one of those, like, your beam routine better sleep with one eye open type of thing, that's how I feel. We're going into who's qualifying to the NCAA regionals, and Gabby's beam routine is like, yeah, you beam routine, your beam routine better sleep with one eye open. That's how I feel because it's so aggressive. And I love it, and I'm here for it. Roger, she's a beamer. Naya, as we've said at the top of the show, she's the queen of the floor. That full in, though, oh, girl.
Gorgeous.
Yes.
Why has we not done the full in all your career? I don't understand.
I don't know. And it's so good. My God. She got better. Like, she got better. Are we sure we can't take like one more year?
6 year.
The Naya clause? The peng
She
peng
may
clause?
she may not want to do it more. Who knows?
I know, she probably doesn't.
She may be like,
Naya.
I'm done. I'm doing my full in. I'm done. I did it. I'm done.
Right. Okay. But I mean, Nikki has more years, so like, just stay with Nikki. Can we just together more? But oh my God. Now, did you watch the broadcast of her doing floor? Because if you watch it again. And when she's in the corner where I'm huddled in by my mat, I almost strangle myself trying to get my camera thing off because like I couldn't move around to get the floor routine. And I'm like in the corner, I'm like with this ugly face trying to take that camera thing off because
I will now have to go back and watch this now. I say I'm going to go back and watch stuff, and I'm usually lying. I'm not going back. I have not,
you
too
have
much
to go
stuff
back
to do.
No.
I may have to go back just for this face and this strangling. Take a picture and put it on our Instagram. I may
No,
have to
you
do
have
that if
to.
it's good.
You have to go watch. So I have that my like little harness on, and I only am gonna shoot with this one camera now because like I'm so far away, huddled in this corner with these other people. Like we're like lepers, like in the corner. So like take the rest of like the harness off, trying not just to kill myself. But let me tell you, I got the most epic photo, and I did send it to you. You probably didn't look at it, but I did send it to you, of Naya's ending. Let me tell you, it's amazing. It's amazing. It's going to be posted in a hot second. It's amazing. Hallie, forever and always. Hallie's floor routine.
Oh, she did a floor routine? She didn't just do a double back? She actually did a routine?
She did. She did a floor routine.
She didn't step on the floor, walk into the corner to double back and finish? That's not what you did at this meeting?
You know what? The funny thing is, where they start the broadcast of her floor routine is where I actually ran over to the places I was not supposed to be, and that's where I actually have her floor routine too.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Well, because I was doing beam things,
Right.
and then the music started, and I'm like, ugh. I was so mad. I'm like, looking at the paper, I'm like, well, if I was allowed to stand where I wanted to stand,
You would have gotten it.
I would have been
Right. Both back and forth. 16
Oh my gosh.
cameras.
Hallie's mom. So Dawn was telling me about how she was looking at old photos, like videos and stuff of Hallie from meets, and she saw in the background of me filming Hallie at something with like the 2-camera thing. Sydney Hayashi, your beam routine is flowy dance and balletic beauty. My God, girl, like, why haven't you been doing beam the whole time?
I don't know. I mean, their
Like
beam
the
routine,
whole
their beam
time.
lineup, their beam lineup is strong, but her beam routine is
I
good,
know.
So
I know, but like her beam flows amazing, all the way through to like the fingertips, and then she stuck that dismount and threw that head back. I was like, oh, girl, yes, stick, stay, salute, yes, beautiful. Her beam routine is beautiful. She can stick around for another year and do beam. So Dawson and Delaney, their faces, that is Dawson Salee from NIU and Delaney Harkness, their faces, oh my God. Do you know the Pink Panther is going to war?
Well, when it
drinking a
comes
Red
to
Bull?
Lily Lippitt, yes, I do.
So you sent me that routine, and the first thing I'm like, okay, Pink Panther. I feel like the Pink Panther is like Lily would have Pink Panther. I don't know why I feel like that. Like, yeah, I feel like that is something Lily would have. But then all of a sudden the Pink Panther's going to war is what I feel like. And you had mentioned you felt like it was like Pink Panther on Red Bull.
Red Bull.
So yes, the Pink Panther has grabbed his Red Bull and put on his amazing military themed purple camo Leo and is now going to war. Her routine is everything I need. It is everything and more. And people, if you do not know what a proper Shishanova looks like, go look at her routine.
Go look at Lily.
Girl, that Shishanova is.
I like the section. I like the section. It's not even a very interesting choreography. The part where she finishes and then she basically stops and the arms go up slowly. That's just cool how that part of that routine goes. She's dancing, she's moving everywhere, and then it stops and the arms just slowly rise. That's just cool how she does that. But
her routine is so good. I would like to see that routine like in person, like and hear the music and see the facials a little closer. But oh my god, I love that routine. It's so good. And the Pink Panther is I feel like it's so Lily.
It is. Can you please do the full punch double tuck in your first pass?
Yes.
At least once.
Yeah.
At least once.
Yes.
Can you do it?
Yes.
You did it so easily, and I know I probably say that because it looks easy, but you're probably like, I know that's not easy. But please do that pass. No one does that. No one have done that. So, to see that.
Just do it. Throw it back in. Let's see it.
Exactly.
Just bring it back. Just appease us, please.
Please.
But if you're gonna do it, let us know beforehand,
so we're ready
we can
for
be prepared for it, so we can watch it.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe that's the plan with just the round up and handstand double back first pass right now. So
let's see it. Let's do it.
All right, let's do our Region 5 University, shall we?
Okay.
Presented by the College Salute Fan Zone.
The College Salute Fan Zone is your one-stop online shop for everything college gymnastics, from hoodies to crews to tees to tumblers and more. Check out dancegymnasticsdesigns.squarespace.com to shop all of your favorite college teams and support your favorite Region 5 alums all season long.
Week 10, we had Ball State, NIU, which we've talked about. Senior night, we had Kent State, Western Michigan, senior night, and we had CMU, Fisk, Greenville at MSU, senior night. And let's start on vault, and one of the other vaults that it was my first time seeing since I saw her in club live. Suki Pfister, 9925, front pike half. I have not seen her vault. Every time Ball State has been here, I have never seen Ball State. Beautiful front pike half. Absolutely gorgeous, 9925. However, I'm going to jump down to number 5, the athlete Sage. I don't really know the difference on those two vaults. Both of them were almost identical.
Sophomore Sage. Sage, the sensational sophomore.
Sage, sophomore. I felt in my heart that both of those vaults were pretty much the exact same vault. In terms of landing, they had took a smallest of little scoots back. Both height, both big, both good form. Sage went 9875. Suki went 9925. But just my opinion. Tucker. That would be Michaela Tucker, who is having a phenomenal freshman year, by the way. 9925, an absolutely gorgeous Yurchenko 1.5. That is the best Yurchenko 1.5. Again, we say this every week. We see her. Best Yurchenko 1.5 she's done all year. Rocked the landing, 9925. No roses for her, unfortunately. They should have thrown roses for her just because.
Oh, I was like...
they just show roses for her because...
She's a freshman.
They should just throw roses for her because the 9925 was so good.
We get 3 more glorious years.
We do.
Stop it.
We do, absolutely. We get one more year, maybe, of Hallie Faulkner, correct? She's a junior. 99. No. Gorgeous Yurchenko full. Stuck it cold. Awesome vault. She's been the anchor on vault all season long. Like to, hopefully next year we get to see her on a few more events. I don't know if it's injury wise or what it is this year, but Cassie St. Clair, cause half, which is basically a 1.5. Beautiful, stuck the landing, 9.9. Maybe she didn't stick. I can't remember if she stuck cold, but it was a beautiful landed vault, 9.9. So shout out to Cassie. And then Gabby and Sage, 9875 on vault. Both, again, Gabby, interested to see if you go back to full. Sage, one of you was underscored. Either you were underscored or Suki was overscored. I don't know which one it was because they were both the same vault. I'll say you were underscored. You should got 9925 as well because it was a gorgeous vault. 49,525 on vault for us. Awesome. Leading off bars, Delaney Harkness. I swear if she's in this, we have Michigan State, she's in this bar lineup, and she's usually number 1 or 2. But 9.95, absolutely gorgeous routine, beautiful ginger.
Oh my God. That girl can stick a dismount.
She can.
Like, she could stick it with her eyes closed and no legs.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think she has like sticky stuff. You have to watch when she walks and see if she's pulling glue in the bottom every time she steps, because I think she has glue on her feet. Gabby Stephen, she can do bars too. Shout out to Roger there. She can do bars. Her bars, I love how she floats her Maloney, and it's just, And 9925 for Gabby. Then we have Jory Jackard. A piece of beauty. She has probably the best Jaeger in the business in terms of form, execution, legs, and toes. I was excited that Jory was in the lineup, and she better be in the lineup the rest of the season. Just saying. Mike, Nicole, Mike. Well, it's your event, Mike. Keep her in the lineup. Yeah, you can't do better than Jory Jackard.
Her double back with the toes and the
toes and the knees, everything perfect.
Glued together. Oh my God. Handstand, boom. I have a handstand picture, boom, right on top of the board.
Yep. Yes. I do have one athlete, however, that has proven me right. McKenna King. McKenna King's Jaeger is gorgeous. It's not quite as it's kind of a little bit out, but it flips so fast, and then gorgeous double layout. But she was excited, and a 9.9, and I knew this routine would get in lineup eventually, and hopefully she can stick to this because it was a gorgeous routine, and I'm excited to see McKenna King in the bar lineup for Western. We had a 9.875 fest for Sarah Haxton, Ashley Szymanski, Megan Teeter, and Alyssa Alashari, all putting up 9.875s, all phenomenal bar workers. We've got some Jaegers in there. We got a Ginger in there. We got a Tkachev in there. We got a blind full double back. We got a double layout. We got a 2 blind full double backs. We got a double front. I mean, we got everything in here. So this core group right here, awesome bar workers, and this bar lineup went 49.55. Move over to beam. Skyla Schulte's beam routine. Was she like just determined to knock everyone's socks off? Because so good.
I think so.
I don't know how you could do a better beam routine for her. 9.95. My only thing would be that she would do a double back and stick it. That's it. Off the beam. But that's not happening, so 9.95. Delaney Harkness, in and out of the balance beam. Oh, we'll just come in. We'll go 9.9. It's fine. We'll just do a good, just a 9.9 beam routine. It's fine. Exactly. Awesome job. 9.9 for Delaney. Gabby, we've already talked about. You talked about it in the jive, how aggressive. She did have a few wobbles. This is where I was like, 9.9. I don't know. She would have still been in the lineup, I think, as a 9.875. I feel would have been maybe a little bit better score for her because of the 2 wobbles, but she has gorgeous beam all the time. Tucker is the one that impresses me in terms of beam. Tucker's never been bad on beam. Good beam worker. But I wouldn't think that Tucker, if I was going to at the beginning of the season say, what events would Tucker do? Beam would not been one of them in my mind. And she's awesome at it. She is the next star all-arounder, I feel, at Michigan State. But awesome job. Beautiful routine, 9.9. And then Danny Fuentes, 9.875 for Kent State. I swear to God, she did backhanding layout. I know you didn't, Danny. You did flip layout, but I swear to God, you did a layout. I'm like, she changed her series mid-season. Awesome job. Again, congratulations on your scholarship. You're doing the job, and that's, why they rewarded you. Most of the time, you don't get this scholarship to sophomore year or later on in the year. They're just giving it to you freshman year. You've done the job already. Awesome job. 49.525 on beam. Over to floor, Skyla Schulte. We've already talked about it. Robbed. Should have been a 10. 9.975. Peyton Murphy. Liked the routine. First pass, you did bounce a little bit more than I feel a 9.975 suggests. I would have gone about 9.9, 9.925. But they loved the routine. Very nice double pike last pass, and performed it in your last routine in the arena. And I know you enjoyed that. And I was surprised you didn't cry afterward. I thought you would, because I know your mom was probably in tears rolling on the floor. But awesome job. But then Cassie St. Clair, also a 9.975, and the best routine I think Cassie has ever done. It was her personal best, clearly. But Best routine ever. Her front double full, awesome job. I love her routine, and her tumbling is awesome. And then Carly, 995. She went back to the layout 2 feet again, but 995 for her. Beautiful, good, great double back. Awesome double back. Was excited about that one. And then Nikki. Nikki was overscored a little bit. Nikki's full in was
or on floor. I'm sorry.
On floor, yeah, a little bit. She did stick her last double back though, so she was the other one that did stick her double back. But her full in was over. Like she kicked her full in. However, now this is my comment. Now your sister has brought back the full in. You've been doing the full in for 2 years. You have 2 more years. Double layout. Can we see it? I want the double layout for the last 2 years, please. Do I get that, Mike?
Maybe.
Nicole, double layout. But awesome routine, 995. That lineup is hard to break in that lineup. They are some good tumblers. They are good on floor. Kim, 49,825 on floor. That's a big number. 198,425. That is our highest score of the season. Unfortunately, we have to drop it. It's our highest score, which allows us to keep the 198,225, which puts us now at 197,905, and we are in Fantasyland 4th. Ooh. So we moved up again this week to 4th.
Weren't we already in 4th?
We were, then we dropped to 5th, now we're back to 4th. For week 11, Alabama at OU. That's one's going to be exciting. Another OU competition to watch. Arizona, we have not talked about it all this year. We have Ainsley there, and we have had her on the Alumni Monday once or twice this year, but we have not talked about them. So we're going to watch Arizona, Missouri, SEMO at Illinois. So that'll be a good one to watch. And then Penn, Pennsylvania, Yale, and Rutgers as well. So we have not had much from Penn or Yale. Penn has one of my favorite bar workers in Region 5 of all time. So we'll see that with Sophia Paris from JPAC. So next week, Alabama, OU, Arizona, Missouri, SEMO at Illinois, and Penn, Yale, Rutgers for next week. All right, so now we move into our best 5 of the week. And we'll start off with our best stick of the week.
Well, our best stick of the week, it goes to Michaela Tucker on the vault for her sticking of the 1.5. And it also is going to go to Kara Welsh on her vault.
Best handstand on bars. It's not really a competition when Jory Jackard is in the competition. Jory for sure. But her teammate Delaney as well, because Delaney just is bars. So we got to.
Yes. And you know what? It's ironic because they come from the same JO club. They better have the good handstands.
Yes, they do. Best performance this week.
Well, we're going to give it to Skyla because she deserved that 10. Girl was robbed.
Yes. And then I said Cassie St. Clair for floor because that was her best. 9975 was her career high, and she did give it. It was a great routine. But best at the college post-routine celebration. I sent this to Kim, and this was Kara Welsh's vault from the D3 championships on this side, the conference championships. I don't know if they have different names or not. There's 2 of them, and this was the Wisconsin one, and Wisconsin, Minnesota, that one. And her teammates, but one of them in particular, after she sticks her Yurchenko full and wins the competition, does the largest Herky jump. And if you know the cheerleading jump where you do that like kind of wolf jumpy kind of back leg, like a hurdle over a vault or over a hurdle in track. Awesome. Big jump up. I mean, I was like, wow, this is excitement for sure. So we're going to give the team at Whitewater the college post-routine celebration after Kara Welsh's vault. And then
I'm giving it to Elena Anderson and her team from NIU after her bar dismount for landing, and that brought back double front because she was excited, the team was excited, we all at home were excited. And
Jason was falling off his seat.
And Jason was falling off his seat. And when you sent it to me, I was falling off my seat. So Elena Anderson and company for after the bar dismount.
And then the best college stick, stay, and salute.
Ashley Szymanski, because I think she knows that she's going to stick, stay, salute like when she's still up in the air. She's smiling on the way down. She's already saluting on the way down, I think, because like Girl is always stick staying and saluting. We're also giving it to Sydney Hayashi after her beam dismount because she did that gainer full and she was like, boom and boom. It was amazing. She put her head so far back.
Congratulations. And congratulations to all our seniors. We will have a week 11 senior update. Even if we don't necessarily cover the meet, we do have some seniors that we know will be competing or possibly have not competed much this year and may compete next week, and we'll address them just like this week. So won't be the only last senior session to go through, but congratulations to our seniors from this past weekend, and we look forward to more next weekend.
We know you enjoy our podcast and want more people to find out how awesome it is, so please rate and review us on Apple or wherever you listen to the Region 5 Insider podcast. Please continue to follow us at R5 College Salute _podcast on Instagram and YouTube. We post extra R5 alum content on these channels all season long. Thanks again to Full Out Recruiting for your continued support, as well as our listeners. We could not do all of this without your support. Follow us on all of our social media accounts for the most up-to-date information on what's going on with our R5 alums all season long.
Thanks again for joining us for our Senior Salute Week 10 recap. Week 11 has more seniors for you. Then it's conference time. And, of course, even more spine-breaking coverage. Follow, like, and subscribe. Peace out. Region 5.
Ah, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5.